I kind of wish that men will approach women more in person.
Stay single and child-free will keep you happy and safe.
Men are not avoiding attractive women because they hate confidence.
44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public.
Men are really making it easy for women to be okay to die alone.
What if one of the biggest changes in modern dating isn't who people want, but who makes the first move? Why are some men saying they approach women less than before? Is it confidence, changing social norms, or something else entirely? Stay with us until the end because the final reason behind this trend might completely change how you see modern dating.
Okay, Gen Z, listen up. This is interesting news. Last week, CNN posted an article titled "Gen Zers are more risk averse. Experts say it's ruining their dating lives." Experts found that Gen Z is struggling with dating, and here's why. Research from a professor at Montclair State University suggests that Gen Z perceives more dangers in life than previous generations, and that includes when it comes to romance. Social media can take private matters and make them public very quickly. Word for word, the article says the popularity of social media, where everyone posts their personal business online, has turned rejection into a public spectacle beyond your friend group, school, community, or neighborhood. In other words, if you go out and you approach somebody at a bar setting, for example, Gen Z is worried about getting filmed, outed on social media, things like that. Now, in a separate study from BYU, researchers found that about 1 in 3 young men and about 1 in 5 young women between the ages of 22 and 35 felt confident approaching a romantic interest. Gen Z just doesn't want to get trashed on social media, and that fear is causing the dating scene to become a little bit more complicated. I've seen a lot of people posting TikToks about how a lot of other people aren't approaching anymore, and this research seems to really shine a light on why.
Across social media, one question keeps coming up. Are fewer men approaching women in everyday life than they used to?
Did you guys know that 44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public? It is bananas when you think about it, but also given everything that's happened, like also not crazy, so it makes sense. But really, approaching a girl or someone in public isn't that difficult. I'm sad that so many guys have had so many bad experiences. Approaching a woman in public is easy if you do it right, and this is what you should do. You're out and you see a girl that you think's attractive. Depending on if she's alone or not, if she's with someone, find a good time to stop her and be like, "Hey, I think you're stunning. My name is blah, blah, blah. Here's my number. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested." Maybe exchange a little bit of back and forth, read the situation if she seems into it, and then hightail it out of there. If the girl isn't kind and nice and welcoming to you and doesn't treat you like a human being, then you dodged a bullet. You don't want to be with someone who's gonna treat someone like that anyways. It literally costs nothing to be nice. But I don't know why all this gets overcomplicated so quickly. But also, don't ask for her number. Don't put her on the spot. Just give her yours. Quick in and out, and then hope for the best. A lot of us don't want to be on dating apps, but that's why I'm only on Cuffed, because it feels like intentional dating, and the guys have actually been super nice. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments.
Some men say they're worried about rejection. Others simply don't want to interrupt someone's day or make them uncomfortable.
Excuse me, sir, you dropped this.
Oh, thank you. Good girl.
Sadly, most men are unable to talk to women. This is a pandemic, especially within the younger generation of guys. Essentially, the art of being a wonderful conversationalist is lost. See, the elements of game and pickup, they don't exist. How do you even get women? Women bond through their ears. Therefore, it's by generating emotional rapport. How does one do this? By taking a sincere interest in her as a person. The man has to take the lead gently within this interaction, as the best of us are referred to as gentlemen, because having that small talk with her always leads to the big talk. And for you guys out there who are your own worst enemies, and you think that looks is the most important factor to a woman, you're wrong. It's your confidence. Your masculine poise. It matters not how handsome a man is. If he cannot talk and communicate with her effectively, she's not going to like him for very long. So what is a charming man? It's no act. It's expressing the truth of who you are as a man playfully, all whilst taking an authentic inquiry in you, the lady in question. So this all equates to confidence. And that is the standard metric of attraction a woman has towards a man. So predominantly what we have today are dirty socks and Birkenstocks. You know the look. However, it sounds something like this. Bruh, what's your Insta? Or God forbid, what's your Snap? Alas, women are designed to receive the appropriate attention from men. And men are designed to give that appropriate attention. You just don't have men giving it anymore.
Dating apps have changed the way people meet. Many now prefer sending a message instead of starting a conversation in person.
So I just received a really sweet DM from a guy who said, "You're very beautiful. I don't think you will have any trouble finding any man you want." But you know what? It's just not that easy. It's just not. Like, men don't approach me in real life. Like, I will say, I get a lot of attention on here, and I'm not asking for it. Like, that's not why I do this. But why do men approach me on the internet, but they don't approach me in real life? Maybe you guys can help me understand. I mean, what is the disconnect? And be nice, because I have feelings and they get hurt. So, tread lightly, please. But I don't know. And I will add, I have girlfriends who get approached by guys all the time. So I know women are being approached. It's just not happening for me. I don't know. Help.
Money also plays a role. With rising living costs, some people say dating has become too expensive to prioritize.
Did you guys know that 44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public, which makes sense if you haven't been living under a rock. So if you're a Gen Z man or whoever, like literally it does not matter, and you're afraid to approach a woman in public or even on a dating app, this video is for you. I've seen a ton of discourse about this online, and I don't know why this gets overcomplicated so quick. It doesn't need to be overthought. All you need to do, if you want to, a girl you think is attractive, just go up to approach her and be like, "Hey, I think you're stunning. I would love to get to know you more. Here's my number if you want it." Video doesn't need to be drawn out any longer than that. That's all you need to do. Give her a number, and I'm sure she'll be kind and respect you more and actually take your number because you had the balls to ask and approach her in public. It's pretty easy to tell if a girl's not interested, but if she doesn't treat you with respect and isn't kind, then think you dodged a bullet. Why would you want to be with someone who wouldn't be kind to anyone in that situation? And two, I get a bunch of comments about like dating apps and responding to girls on dating apps. Just say hey or say something funny. I love when a guy actually like shows his personality and is like a smartass or sarcastic when responding to me or messaging me on dating apps like Cuffed. One of my all-time favorite, I'll never forget, he responded of a picture of my dog, and then he goes, "Yeah, your dog's cute, but do you fuck with guys who juggle?" I don't know, as someone who just turned 26, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Others are focusing on self-improvement first. Careers, fitness, financial goals, and mental well-being have become bigger priorities.
It'd be easy for you to meet new people and have good connections, not just dating, just opportunities in life that can either help you with your goals or learn and grow as a human being. So that's the first one. The second one is that most of you guys are socially restricted, meaning it's almost like you got stuck in a box. So when you go to places, you don't feel free. You don't feel like you're able to just go out there and meet people.
Oh, you want to hit on me at the gas station? Then you can offer to pay for my damn gas.
Oh, really?
If you ain't paying for my gas, don't look at me. Don't fucking look at me.
Well, now this is just a thought I had. If some women actually showed their true personality right off the bat, then they wouldn't have to worry about being approached in the first place, but that's just me.
You want to hit on me at the parts store and you see I'm buying coolant for my truck? Why don't you say, "Excuse me, ma'am, I think you're beautiful. Can I put that coolant in your truck for you?" And then we can talk, okay? Fuck off. I'm sick of y'all. Sick of it.
Gee, it really is so difficult to imagine why so many men are absolutely opting out of the entire idea of approaching women at all. Especially if this is the type of thing that they might encounter, out there in the wild. Just imagine approaching a woman with such a sense of entitlement that just because you said something nice to her or asked for her number, she thought that you were obligated to pay for whatever it is she's shopping for. My goodness, no wonder so many men are choosing to remain peacefully and happily single.
Many women also say they notice changes. Some say they receive fewer in-person approaches, while others prefer meeting through mutual friends or online.
The embarrassing boyfriend cinematic universe continues. I have just written this piece for Vogue, which is about women being ghosted by their long-term boyfriends. And before you say it, I know this has been happening for a long time, right? When I posted this on Instagram, the number one comment was, wait, what about the trope of dad popping to the shop to get cigarettes or to get a carton of milk and not coming back? Men notoriously known for ghosting their families. We know this, right? But I find it really interesting that this is happening even in this sort of like social media digital age when we are so much more connected than we used to be. And I find it interesting that, first I was seeing this mainly in the dating app space, right? When I would see women match with a guy and they'd have a conversation, they'd set up a date, and then he would just ghost. Or a lot of women experience ghosting in their relationships when their partners, ghost them after an argument or because they're upset as a means of taking control of the situation, right? But they always come back, but it's kind of just a tactic used in their relationships. And now I'm seeing a lot of this boyfriends just leaving. You don't even have to worry about the guy embarrassing you. You have to worry about if he's going to be there tomorrow. There are people that I spoke to for this piece who had to go and cancel bank accounts, right? And it's like, how do you explain to your bank that your boyfriend ghosted you? He's not even dead. He just left one day, right? And all of the grief and the admin that is attached to trying to continue your life when someone abruptly leaves in that way. It's a really interesting read. Please let me know your thoughts. Have you experienced this kind of ghosting from a long-term partner? Would love to hear your stories.
That doesn't mean people have stopped looking for relationships. Many simply want genuine connections instead of random encounters.
Men are not avoiding attractive women because they hate confidence. The internet will tell you they are just intimidated by beauty, but that is a myth. It is not lack of confidence. The reality is the risk-cost calculation. When you are out in group settings, the barrier to entry for a guy is not just a polite rejection. It is the social cost of being watched by everyone you know. Group settings hurt because he fears the collective eye roll. Imagine a guy at a bar. He sees you across the room, but you are laughing with friends. He does not fear a no. He fears the silence that follows if he misreads the room. It is a quiet calculation that the social cost is too high. Men are not avoiding you, they are avoiding the scene.
I kind of wish that men will approach women more in person, because I genuinely like when a man come and ask me for my number in person rather than social media. Like, I don't like to be approached on like dating apps often, or even just online. I understand like some men might be like very like shy and don't have the courage to talk to you, but I feel like we should just go back to those days where like people genuinely just come up to you and talk to you, because I have seen other men in cafe shops or even like out in public that I find them attractive or handsome, but I will never approach them. I will never ask for their number. I will never ask if they're single or not. And I understand like sometimes if you are like an attractive woman, or they might think that, oh, she is probably taken, she has a husband or she has a boyfriend, or like they don't want to come off like being creepy. But I wish like we just go back to like finding people the normal way, which is going out and touch the grass.
The biggest change may not be attraction. It could be that both men and women have become more cautious about how they meet new people.
Stay single and child-free will keep you happy and safe. The Economist just posted an article about the gender war in China. It talks about how men's frustration and anger is now being systemically directed toward women. This is a very interesting topic because it's not just China. This is a universal problem right now. For those men who are struggling with their own lives, why do they always take the frustration out on women, or they claim that feminism has destroyed modern women? What are they angry about exactly? So just like the manosphere you see all over the world, there are male influencers in China with massive followings who constantly constantly spew hatred toward modern women. They are calling on men to rise up against the so-called extreme feminism. They claim feminism is a foreign plot designed to destabilize Chinese society. Some of them are saying that women who post feminist contents are being paid by foreign governments. Now, to talk about the Chinese version of the manosphere, we're going to talk about the one-child policy and the deeply rooted preference for sons. There are 30 million more men than women in China. For the men who are at the bottom of the social ladder, they simply cannot find a wife. And the second one is women are leveling up in every aspect in our lives. The women in China nowadays are more educated than ever. While women are earning good money and genuinely enjoy our single lives, many men are still trapped by the traditional expectations. Is first you have to own a property before you can even think about getting married, plus a bride price that can easily cost tens of thousands of dollars. So they invented a term for this. It's called exploding gold coins to describe women draining their wallets through dating and marriage demands. These are the same men who say gender equality exists now, so why should they pay for everything, while simultaneously wanting a woman who is obedient, traditional, and put them first. Isn't that interesting that society spent centuries using the cultural institution to control women? Now that control is breaking down, more and more women are choosing ourselves, putting ourselves first, but men are still living inside the old patriarchal fantasy. And here's another thing, is that the feminist post promoting singleness and child-free get taken down all the time on the Chinese social media. The feminist content creator got banned all the time, while the deeply misogynist post stay up just fine. Why? Because the official is letting that happen. It's much safer for these men to take the frustration out on women than questioning the system. A lot of these men, they do not have the courage to challenge the male authority or the system. So, you know what? They're letting it happen to let men blame women. So ladies, keep building your own life, put yourself first, making your money and get the bag. It's the most powerful and the safest thing you can do right now.
So, is approaching someone becoming a thing of the past? Or are the rules of modern dating simply evolving with the times?
Okay, I want to touch on this comment. JPFaz07 says, my entire FYP is I'm happier alone epidemic, which has me second guessing myself, so I'm not approaching any women, age 48. And I hear this from a lot of guys in the comments that, women say that they don't want to be approached, they would rather be alone. Well, if men's FYP is telling them that women don't want to be approached, and women's FYP is telling us that men are all losers and they all suck, then the algorithm is not helping us date. And this is exactly why I make these videos. But I will say, I have learned a lot from making these videos and seeing the comments that men are not helping themselves by these horrible comments, like, that we're used up, we're not valuable. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. Do you think the algorithm is hurting us in this whole dating situation? Because I feel a little lost.
Give the women what they say they want. You want to vote, you sign up for the draft. You want equality, then we need 50% of women in wastewater treatment, garbage collection,
oil rigs,
underwater
welding,
all the dirty, dangerous, difficult jobs. No, it's not just the cushy office jobs. No. We want you in there, ladies. You should be digging graves and ditches. You should be embalming bodies. You should be anything that the men are doing that's dirty, dangerous, and difficult that makes this country run. Equality is when 50% of those jobs are held by women. Until then, shut the up with your women's equality bullshit. Shut the up with your feminism until 50% of these jobs are held by women. Then I'll take you seriously when you say that you want women's equality. Until then, what you mean is you want privilege, but you don't want the responsibility that comes with it.
One thing is certain. The way people meet, date, and build relationships is changing faster than ever before.
Men are really making it easy for women to be okay to die alone. Like, literally. I was literally at the fucking gas station, and this man just kept staring at me. And I saw him. He was handsome, cute, put together. But he just kept staring. And so he left the line, went outside and stood by his car. He pumped his gas. I came out. I was like, okay, maybe he's going to speak. I walked by his car because I had to walk by his car to get to my car. This man said, hey, yo, you got a name. Everybody has a fucking name. You mean to tell me you can't say, hey, I saw you standing there. I think you're beautiful. My name is so-and-so. What is yours? What happened to men being able to hold a fucking conversation or just approach you properly? Even if I did not want to give you my number, I still would have held a conversation and been polite about it. But when he said, hey, yo, you got a name? I said, nope. And kept fucking walking. I miss the days where men actually approached you in public and knew what the fuck to say. I feel like all the movies like The Wood, How to Be a Player, even that shit taught you how to fucking approach somebody. I mean, The Brothers, at least those movies taught y'all how to have fucking game. Men have lost game in 2026. The internet has ruined y'all game. Y'all don't even know how to approach a woman in public. I don't remember the last time I was approached in public by a man and he had a full sentence. Like, hi, my name is so-and-so. I saw you standing there. I think you're beautiful. What is your name? That is so simple. Why the fuck can't y'all do that?
Now we want to hear from you. Do you think fewer men are approaching women today, or has dating simply moved online? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more videos like this.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.